Welcome back to The Verdict, another epic weekend of international rugby. We've got 3 teams still unbeaten in the tournament, the Boks being one of them. But we were given a hell of a game by Scotland. Guys, Shimmy, Scala, proper performance by Scotland. How the hell did they lose that game?
I think that they're asking themselves the same question. You look at the metrics, the stats, you go like, is this the Springboks' greatest escape? 60% possession territory to Scotland, 240 odd passes, 165 carries, 15 clean line breaks, 550 post-contact meters, and they lose 42-28. It's not even close.
Yeah. No, you could see in the post-match, Krikotans and Siani Tuipulotu, they were gutted. They thought they could win. They could win that one, and they should have. They could have, but they didn't. They still lost the game by 14 points. How does that reflect on that young Bok team, though?
Look, it shows composure. I thought we made the changes at the right time with the bench. They probably could have put the bench on a little bit earlier. But also, I even said in the build-up, Scotland is one of those what-if teams for me. What if you go back to Six Nations, that opportunity to win that, they messed that up. I've been in Murrayfield where they've been in exactly the same position at their home crowd, They
lose it.
Yeah, and they lose it, Flower Scotland's, the crowd starts getting into it. And they lose it. Unfortunately, it's one of those things. It's you can do everything else. Scala, it's like getting on the green for 2, then you 4-putt.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with them. They were on the green and they just couldn't get that putt in. And it took them lots of opportunities, to try get the try over. But they had moments of brilliance, especially towards the end. The brave Scottish team, but to be a great team, you need to convert.
And the reason why they didn't get the result is their final quarter, that red zone errors.
Yeah.
You think in the first half, you and Ashman, hold your feet. Gary, he's through anyway. Rushes the 9. Ben White, knock on. There's multiple opportunities like that. There's about 5
Dempsey
of them.
knock on.
Dempsey knock on with the offload from Bayless. We'll go through that. Look, they put the Springbok defence, which was their weakest area, and we'll go through that under immense pressure. Springboks made close to 200 tackles, which is huge, but they also missed close to 50.
Yeah. Shims, the euphoria post-game from that performance, but before the game, we had quite some sad news as well. Jadon Adams, he played every single game for Bafana at the World Cup, passing away. It just, again, shows life, It puts sport in perspective. All our condolences to his family, friends. Sad news.
Yeah. Tragedy. Tragedy.
Then a little bit even closer to home, former SA under 18 properly global Dini, same thing, at training, passing away, heart attack. Sad.
Yeah, look, it's something you don't want to hear. Obviously, I didn't know much about him. And then they showed the clips of the Weinberg, him leading the cheerleading and all that. And I was like, oh shucks, this is terrible. You never want to see it happening to anybody, especially young guys in sports in the prime of their careers, looking forward to obviously doing well.
So going across to France and it's pre-season and he. It's sad, and condolences to his family.
Yeah, trying to build a career over there, and then you get news like that. I think for a family to be able to send a boy over and provide an opportunity, and then you get news like that, it must be absolutely distraught.
Yeah.
So love to those 2 families. It's sad. Excuse me. It's a sad thing about life. Yes, like I'm even getting. Wait. No, man.
On Monday, JDB. Yes, I know.
Okay. Sure. Okay, guys, back to the rugby then. Ben White scores the try. They're within 7 points. How nervous were you then?
Very nervous. Look,
20 minutes to go.
Yeah.
They had that run where those line breaks were coming and you're like, here it comes. There's something special, magical happening for the Scottish. And we saw it in the Six Nations also when they've got the ability to score from anywhere.
Yeah.
So for me, they're always a dangerous team. And if you don't put them down nice and early, throw that ruck ball down, give them time and space, they're dangerous. So it was nervy. I mean, I was sitting there with Kitsy in the front there, and you almost think, oh shucks, we're in a bit of trouble here. Yeah.
What had me the most nervous is the territory. So often the Boks won't have the bulk of the possession. They'll want to have quality possession. Not only did they boss the possession, 60-something%, territory was also, and they hardly kicked. They only kicked 16 times. And like you think of the Springboks, normally we've got a fair set of lineouts. Hardly any lineouts. You know, I think we had 9 lineouts in the game, maybe even 10. We didn't get to double figures. Contestable kicks and then ball in hand. And they put the Springboks under pressure, and the game was being played deep in the South African half.
There's probably a learning in that as well. You know, so many times you think, okay, to relieve pressure, you just kick the ball away. Okay, but it's like for 5 to 10 seconds, you have that relief, and then they run it back again. With a team like Scotland, they get out of trouble by keeping the ball in hand and building pressure through phases.
Yeah, and kicking later up the field, you know, kicking later in the set, a contestable. And, you know, like we probably still come out on top in the contestable. There's way more even contest than against England.
But that middle third area, they'll try. Remember, generally, a lot of teams will have 1 or 2 rucks, kick it, the contestable. They'll try play for penalties, similar to what Glasgow do. So they'll hold on, play until you know make a mistake at the breakdown or whatever it is. Kick into your 22, then they mould a lot there, trying to suck you in, get the penalty. Then they look for the strike play, and then also Finn Russell with time. There's bridge passes. He would dummy, double pump, play the guy short, make meters the whole time. So they kept making meters and putting us under pressure.
And especially with a team that defensively they weren't that good, or certainly not what we are used to from a Boks team. Rassie made 10 changes to the team that faced England the previous week, with a youthful lineup comprising of 12 players with fewer than 10 caps. Which of those players stood out the most for you?
Paul de Villiers was just unreal again.
There's a maturity around his game.
What I like about him is, you know, like again this weekend, not a lot of reward on the deck. He throws himself around there, but it's his skill set in and around and on the ball. How good did he carry on the weekend?
And his link work also when there's a line break.
Lovely
But the ability,
skill set.
almost Josh Cronfeld like. Remember how he'd make a break, look, and then link with someone else, like classic player.
Kobus Visser, I mean, he obviously conceded 2 back-to-back penalties, but then after that was immense on the carry until I think he looked like he did something. He did a rib, I think.
I see his walk. Visser's good. I mean, the thing is, he's also been one of those players in and out. You know, you thought this was his opportunity, but you remember he got selected at 8, I think. At some stage also. Then I think he might have got injured before before the week of the test. So for me, he can become quite a valuable player, especially looking to a World Cup, because he can cover lock, potentially 5 against, you know, with all respect, against weaker opposition. He can cover 7 and 8 if you want to use him there.
Okay, guys, we've got a new Coca-Cola segment for our show, talking about new faces. It's call-up time. Okay. Our Coca-Cola Call-Up Story section. Now, if you look at those cans behind you and behind me, you will see new Coca-Cola cans with the current players on there. And at the back, they actually tell the story of when they got called up to play for the Springboks. Can you guys recall that phone call being called up for the Boks for the very first time?
Yeah.
Share some of that with us.
On my way, I was actually Sunday night at my folks. I went to fill up my car. But you did. You didn't use your own money to fill up a car, so I had a Sunday braai, and then I was on my way to Newlands, and I was like pretty much on the R300, and I got a phone call from Rudolf Strali, and I phoned Karel du Plessis, and he's like, are you going to be late for training? I said, sorry, Karel, no, not late for training. I've got to go.
I'm missing training.
I'm missing training. I've got to go up to Joburg. So Karel obviously said congrats. And then I landed at the airport. And as I was entering the Springbok setup, John got kicked out.
Myself and Farida
walked straight past me. I went in and they...
Were you a late call-up or...
Yeah, so I missed like probably 4 days.
Give us the year and just context around that for our viewers.
2003, prior to the World Cup, prior to Staldraat, we had a big training camp at the High Performance Centre in Pretoria. I saw John at OR Tambo, and I missed like the first 4 days or so because I still played Greek was on the weekend.
It was basically 2 days or 1 day before the squad got announced. For the World Cup. So he was there 2 days and then
burst onto the scene.
Into the World Cup squad.
Burst onto the scene.
Shams, your call-up story?
It was Rudolph. I got 2002, I was meant to go the end of year tour. Then I injured my hamstring in the last game of the season, Currie Cup. Then I couldn't go. So that was the first time, and then the second time.
And who phoned you? Who did they phone you? Or?
No. It was I got injured the last game, so I was just basically asked, "Can't you make it?" I was in the squad, then I was out the squad, and then 2003 after Super Rugby, But it was I think a journalist phoned me. I can't remember who it was, saying, "Listen, are you in the Boks squad, whatever it is? How are you feeling?" Obviously to get the interview.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. I was still at Free State then, and then I remember Jake calling me when he got made coach. I was in Manly in Australia, and he said, "You and John are going to be the hookers."
Yes.
And you know, Jake,
Yeah.
get bigger, stronger. So I went to the gym that afternoon. So I remember all the times that you got called there. You never forget that call.
You don't, eh?
Yeah.
No.
Yours?
It's no. We're covering mine, I think, in a later story. So we'll cover more of those. We obviously started with some of our call-up stories. The following show we'll cover some of our current Springboks and take you back to the moments where we saw them play for the very first time. Now, remember, you can be part of Coca-Cola's Be a Bok campaign and receive a life-changing call-up by purchasing a participating Coca-Cola product, scanning the QR code, and entering. Listeners stand the chance to win instant prizes as well as the ultimate Coca-Cola Be a Bok experience. There we go.
There we go.
That's the closest that some
Coke
people...
Light for you.
Coke Light for me. Okay. Okay, guys, let's get back to the rugby. Enter for that to become a Bok, Be a Bok experience with Coca-Cola. Back to Scotland then, guys. 40% possession, 38% territory for the Boks.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to go back 10 years to 2016. The second test against Ireland at Joburg was the last time where we had such a low possession and territory percentage and still won the game.
2016.
2016. Well, if you think
You've
about
done your homework. Well done.
If you think about
There
how
wasn't
the
a lot of
Boks
scrums also. That hits your territory stats.
exactly and their ability to just keep the ball.
Yeah.
Scala, you've already mentioned some of those stats, but being starved of possession meant that we had to do a lot of defending. The stats I got 199 tackles against Scotland, the Hyacinths World Cup final 2023, when we made 209 tackles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big workload.
Yeah, I think the difference, we missed 46.
Yeah.
So 25% missed tackle rate,
That's huge.
which is
Yeah.
very unlike
Yeah,
this.
the territory stat for me is important because sometimes possession, you put the ball in the air, they mess it up, you get the scrum, you kick to the 20. You don't get a lot of possession, but you're converting. The territory stats are an interesting one because that's generally where we never lose the battle.
Yeah.
We generally never
lose the
lose
kicking
possession. You know, you can have possession, in your 22-meter the whole day, but the territory one is the crucial one.
So, like, if you look at Scotland's balance, like we kicked, kick to pass ratio, so 1 in every 4 rucks we kicked, okay, which is probably a little bit below, but that shows where we had the ball. Like, we'll normally try and get, say, 1-2-7 or 1-2-7 kick to pass ratio. Scotland kicked 1 in 14.5. Now, the Boks have done that once, and that was the game they lost against Australia in Ellis Park a year ago, where they ran themselves off their feet. But that just shows the dominance that they had on the ball. Like on top of that, 15 clean breaks, a lot of them off the back of 46 missed tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, the stats just show one team to an accept. You don't account for the Springboks' power in that final quarter.
And a bit of X factor.
Yeah,
A bit of
but
X
also,
factor.
John, a team, once they make line breaks, they're going to stay on top of you. So that actually skews the stat even higher because they're not going to kick off the line break. They'll just keep running. So we almost fed the beast by our
100%.
defensive lapses.
Shams, we're going to look at the defense from the Boks, but also by doing that, look at the attack from Scotland. We'll look at the tries from both teams right at the end, but we're going to start with the scrums. And we just... we've clipped a few of the scrums just to go through. It was, for a change, it was actually a contest at scrum time. We normally the referee, and I would love to get your opinion on that. Normally they just, they don't give us a contest where he at least, provided an opportunity for them to scrum, and it went both ways. Scotland got some return as well.
We've got 2 South African scrum coaches, that's why.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Because I know Peter de Villiers. He's not
going to run away.
Yeah, he's
from
not
the
running
contest.
away. He's not coaching guys to collapse and fade and all of that. He's coaching guys to actually have a go at it at scrum time.
And also a French referee, they do allow a contest at scrum time. Like last week, we obviously had James Dolman. Nothing against James Dolman. It's just how Super Rugby is refereed. It's just a way to start the game.
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, look, that's Chan. That should be kept in.
Yeah.
That should never be later because that's a penalty though.
Yeah, it's just Evan's positioning. you know, with his feet. You almost got to stop it further up. You can't allow it to come past
all the way
you.
to the back.
The ball's got to be in front of you all the time. So you basically, if you're right-footed, you get your right foot forward and trap it just behind the lock's feet. And then it's easy when the ball's in front of you. As soon as the ball comes behind you and the scrums moves forward, you can't keep it.
Is it because of the dominance at scrum time? Or
That came through. That was a proper hook.
bobbles
Yeah,
like
he had
that?
it and then he let go of it, actually. He had to let go of it.
Actually comes also to his weaker foot. So it pops out to his left, which makes it so tricky.
Then this one, obviously, we got the penalty in this area, decided to take the scrum, which I thought was the right call.
So you wait for the free play. But again,
then,
the timing, waiting. Look where Schoeman ends up. I mean, right through the middle of that scrum.
Yeah. I mean, that was utter dominance, hey, Shimmy?
Yeah.
That's quite a statement,
yeah.
scrum, to be able to...
Yeah, the fact that we called it, I remember it was a penalty. Then we said, let's take the scrum. That's backing the scrum also. I thought they'd keep going again and again. I thought maybe they're trying to play for the yellow card.
Yeah.
There, because you keep going, keep getting the dominance until one of their guys is sent off or they're forced to make changes. But
Because there we go. That was, again,
Yeah.
that was after that, the reset. And where
so
Scotland...
they came back at us here.
He gets,
That's good timing from them also. Do you see how they managed to hold better hit from them and then they came through as a unit?
they got Peskuman on the angle.
Yeah.
Shim.
Yeah, and also Ferguson just going around the corner here at Tartet. Kind of see them.
I see how they're working from the left hand side and then he almost steps. He steps out and works around there. So it was actually Schoeman there that probably should have stayed a little bit more square. Yeah.
Is this the one where you get some airtime? I
Well,
think,
I think,
the
this
pressure
is the
just
one.
comes through a little bit later where Volku gets under Pierre.
Trying to go on the time there, you need to go.
Oops.
Now, that's quite rare though, because you always see it that the loose head there. That was Wilco.
Yes,
and
Wilco,
it's rare to see the loose head coming up.
Oh, really? It's normally the
it's usually
loose
the other
head
side.
taking
It's usually the loose head taking the tight head up. Because then he runs out of oxygen, then he comes up like that. But it happened the other side. And
you
Schoeman's
can't-
a stronger.
You can't go anywhere as a tighthead, whereas loose head, you can,
Yeah, you
kind
can
of
go
go
out,
out on the left.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite rare to actually see that.
And then this
Well
one,
done, Wilco.
Yeah, that's proper power.
this one, Shimmy, because this was a big moment in the game, where it's our scrum and they eventually get the penalty. Post that, they take the quick tap and they score. Talk us through this one because. Okay, it's on a tighted side, so you can't really see it.
Yeah, I think that's okay though. I mean, for me, it looked like Schoeman might have gone down first.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like he because if you just go back to that, John, please. Because look there.
Yeah.
There.
Looks like he's got a knee down.
Yeah, he's got a knee down.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
but from us-
Wilco's still up.
From our point of view, you probably want a bigger hit and to transfer pressure more, so you want them going back slightly on the hit,
Yeah.
and then you can go through there. So they managed to get sort of stability or parity on the hit, and they managed to come through slightly there.
Yeah, and
So you pull Wilco
I mean, again,
pulling it
that
down,
picture that we saw, Wilco
Yeah.
was still up, and
Oh, that's still walking around there. That's Schoeman.
again,
Yeah, it's walking around. Look how it turns. That outside leg of his goes around.
this one.
Yeah.
So this leg going
Yeah.
out this way.
Good setup. See, there turns completely. Look at
Already
that.
bum
His
facing
bum is
towards
facing
the
the-
touchline. Yeah.
But it's a proper contest. At least
Yeah.
the contest happened.
Yeah. Look, at least you're watching scrum completions and the guys are going for each other. It's not collapse and use it.
You know what I love to see? Just going back to the scrum.
Jesse Crew.
Biggest celebration is our flanker
He's
over
on the
there.
flanker,
Check.
yeah.
There we go.
Gives it one of
Yes.
those. Yeah.
Nice, Jesse.
Yeah, sort of lets the arm go as well.
Yeah.
Nice hit from Scotland, actually, there.
Yeah, we didn't think, but that's better from us though. I think it was Buan or was it took some clue at the back there, puts pressure.
And so Shimmy, that one, obviously the ref, that was one of the few ones, sorry, I'm just going back, one of the few ones where he said played on, or play on.
Yeah, it says the ball's at the back and it's available.
Fair call, though.
Yeah, I thought we had them under pressure there. But look, that's going to happen sometimes. We say just play it. But I thought we had them under pressure there. See, exactly the same thing. They're under pressure there.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens with a lot of teams now because the ref does want to make a call as soon as it collapses and it's available. But if you look at who's getting dominance, it's actually the Springboks scrum.
Yeah.
Because if you're going backwards and you collapse, you
should be penalised.
Yeah, you should be penalised.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your verdict on his performance from a refereeing point of view.
Better than what we've seen. Look, he could have been more decisive at times, though, but at least he allowed the contest. What happens is if there's a collapse in the beginning, balls at the back, play on.
Yeah.
Eventually, we mentioned it last week, you get you 60 minutes. You haven't seen a scrum yet.
Yeah.
At least there was a battle. Both teams wanted to scrum. I must say, both scrum coaches, because I know them both, they're not scrum guys that are going to try duck and dive and hide and
Move around the scrum.
to actually take the challenge on.
Yeah.
Cody from Paul has sold multiple vehicles to We Buy Cars. Suspicious? I think so.
Is that a crime?
No. Where are you getting the cars?
I buy them and I sell them at the spot like a normal person.
Okay.
No, man, I'm just an accounting student. I know a good deal when I see one.
That's Excel. Meant. What's more stressful, tax season or selling a car at We Buy Cars?
Tax season, obviously.
We Buy Cars, the easiest way to sell your car by far.
Okay, cool. So probably not the dominant performance we normally see from the Boks, but at least the fact that everybody wanted to scrum. You could even see Piers Kuman.
He won't stand
He was
back.
up for
No,
the
he won't stand
contest.
back.
He won't stand back.
No.
Okay, guys, do we want to talk about the penalties conceded? Because one element of the game, possession-wise, is if your discipline is poor, then you put yourself in a position all the time not to have the ball and not to be in the right areas of the
Also,
field.
the fact that it played into what they wanted out of it by playing a lot, playing deep, holding onto the ball, sometimes not even making gain line, but they're waiting for the penalty. You think straight after halftime, first minute, was it Ulrich Lowe?
Yeah.
Line-out maul, penalty. Straight off the back of it, Ben-Jason Dixon, I think quite harsh actually, but gets a yellow card for finding the space in between
the shoulder battle.
The shoulder battle, and then clips Cummins with the back of his head. He obviously milks it a bit, and it's head contact, a yellow card. I'm obviously a little bit more old school. I just think, where else must he go? Like he finds the gap in between, and he wants to disrupt that kicking platform. But that's a yellow card down to 40 men, penalty, straight after half down. And who's controlling the game? Who's got the territory? Scotland.
So a couple of the penalties that we conceded here, nothing kind of forced by pressure. So one Kobus Visser.
That was harsh, though. I
off
didn't agree with that one because there was actually no one in front of him, and he is on his all fours. It's not like he's sealed off.
Yeah.
It's not a sealing off. He's actually on his all fours.
all fours, yeah.
And then
there's no one competing. So
the referee says he's not supporting his own body weight.
I mean, any of the penalties that we conceded where you felt, okay, that's because of pressure, or was it sometimes just sloppy?
Just sloppiness at times though. Like, the breakdown ones for me is: do you have a realistic chance of getting the ball? Then stay out of it, back your defensive structure, and have a bite somewhere at least where you've got a chance of getting it. It's usually the third guy in that causes the mess.
I would say the first penalty, which got them the field territory, that was unforced errors. You think of Fassi's one in the second half, coming around the side.
Yeah.
He was frustrated that he didn't get reward for feeling aggrieved that he got taken out by Finn Russell. There was
stupid penalties.
There was nothing in that. Same with straight after halftime. I mentioned Albrecht Lowe, Jovan Roos. But then after that, it was pressure. In the 22, you think of their try with a quick tap and the maul set and the collapsing of the maul. That's pressure penalty.
Yes. So that's the other point I wanted to make. The maul penalties that we considered, because that was a strategy for Scotland, is to put us under pressure there, and they got reward.
With the new laws also, and that's the area where the refs are looking at. So you just maul everything. Chances are, if there's one indiscretion, then you're going to get a penalty.
God, this was. I mean, we all called that game the URC final, Glasgow Bulls. It was straight out of the Glasgow playbook.
Yeah. But unfortunately not getting the result. Okay, guys, I'm going to let this play through because it's a very long clip just to talk about the defense and then also. So this is the start of the game.
Yeah.
Look at the dominance that they get from an attacking point of view. Tupelota, boom, 2 missed tackles, makes meters. Again, carrier, dodge, Pieter Steff de Tooy, Johan Grobelaar. like gets
First
out the
time
tackle.
hits the aunt.
That's the first minute of the game.
Yeah.
And then the ability to get in the outside channels. Always width through their game. And it just feels we constantly, I know you're never getting kind of stability from a defense point of view where you're in control again.
For me, two things. This is first minute after we lost the line-out, attacking platform, ball out the back. We only lost a couple, so it's just, the line-out wasn't a bigger issue. But the Bok line speed wasn't there. And then because you don't have line speed, you're hesitant. They would have profiled this team, Cummins, great carry, would have profiled them and said, like, against us, where do they attack? Most likely they think Tui Peloto, inside shoulders. Finn Russell looked to get the bailout on the inside shoulder. But by not having that line speed and actually taking the time away, the front door and the back door was left exposed.
Yeah. But also, Jean, if you pause this here, look how many of them are on one side of the field,
Yes.
other side of the post. So they're not going to lose a breakdown there because they've got numbers. It's like the old Irish system. They've got numbers around the ball. They don't want the line speed so they can keep punching up here. And what happens is you've got two players that wide. Then once they make you come closer, then they can sweep around with Finn Russell, and then there's a potential of a cross kick across there. So smart planning from them. But for me, it was always the inside defenders. So every time someone stepped inside, the inside defenders aren't coming up quickly. So there's always that little bit of space where you can make meters, as long as you step back inside.
And this is the best defensive set that we pretty much had, but except for our
Not
scramble.
to concede, yeah.
Not to concede. The ruck setting, the line speed only got worse as the game went on. Obviously, 200 tackles will do that to you.
But also, Scala, so you mentioned the line speed, and I can't agree more. Here we actually did have a bit of line speed, and Jesse's, a lot of the time, he's used to that and he drives that.
Yes.
But what now happens is the brave play from Scotland.
Bridge pass. Yeah.
Yes. So when you see the pressure there to actually go the more higher risk and have that width on your game all the time, go into those outside channels, then what happens is, if that happens constantly, now in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, we're holding back a little bit because we need to cover there.
How far can I go?
Yeah.
And then what happens is, and which we'll see
short
later,
passes.
the short passes becomes the option.
But for me, that's all off the back of, first you've got to set that ruck. You've got to be in charge. You and Ashman, they dip down the blind side. He takes Hanro Pollard on and gives him the big boomfa. But, like for me, it comes with setting the ruck and that line speed. If you keep on going again, their options, they fall narrow. They can't play on their tempo. If you not have the line speed, especially the box system, for me, you always have the risk because they open out the back. You're static. You're not actually. You do that.
Can't make a dominant hit.
You can't make a dominant hit. And as soon as you turn your shoulders, that short tip is always on.
There's a bit of a try. Well, trying to get them all going. We concede the penalty.
Well, that was their plan the whole time, because generally you'd look at them sucking, trying to hit the vacuum or whatever, sucking out the ball, trying to hit the vacuum. Here they're just trying to go for a penalty and the free play.
Well, actually, that one we did not concede the penalty. But again, the
Good hands.
willingness to get it
Inside,
wide.
see the inside.
Missed tackle.
Yeah.
Two tacklers. Just never in control defensively.
What I must say, what they do get well is the timing of their runs.
Yeah.
Onto the ball. Once they get a little bit of gain line, they get it. I mean, obviously Ashman should have caught that ball, but the timing of the run to get the ball at the same time is pretty good.
Guys, that's like the super clip for why they didn't win. Like they created so much pressure, so much good. And if two phases post that, they probably score.
Yeah.
You just hold your, you're an Ashman, hold your feet, like Cummins, the previous carry.
Yeah.
Great carry. The Boks are reeling. Just do the basics. Do the basics well. Give your 9 the chance to make one step out. You carry inside shoulder hard on the line. 2 phases later, Finn Russell will probably call it and walk over.
Yeah. Point taken, I think, for later in the game, that's very relevant as well. But that's actually where I said the previous scrum, because from there they get the scrum, they get the penalty from the scrum, and then eventually they do score. So it kind of cancels out that opportunity. But point well made in terms of the opportunities they created. Here again, better line speed from South Africa, and again, far better tackle off the first phase.
There's the no-look pass. You saw that. We said it was coming.
Yeah. It's a lovely skill set that Tui Peloto's got, the ability to actually attack the vacuum, and then also create space, and he's got all the tricks in the book.
So look what Finn Russell does. He almost dummies that bridge pass there. So again, because that's where the short options come. You think he's going over the top, and there.
Yeah.
See, he gets that. So that actually builds a little bit of momentum, because he almost dummies like he's going to go over the top and plays the short options the whole time. And that's what gives you the weak shoulders.
So you saw again. So there's
There.
the dummy.
He dummies
bridge.
like he's going to go, then he goes dummy bridge.
But check how good we are with a
Yeah.
tip on, yeah.
And
Tip
line
on
speed
there,
here
and
also,
line
yeah.
speed is there, you make the tackle. And actually,
Inside,
this set
inside.
we were far better.
Yeah.
I think if the Boks would have looked at the profiling and looked for that inside ball, they would think, okay, that's the option. But the nice thing about having a guy like Finn Russell is that little soft touch. He's always in motion, so like all of a sudden the forwards' physicality gets enhanced because it's one-on-ones, and he's opening up, and then he's got time on the ball with a double pump and the short balls.
You mentioned last week with England and lacking with England, Scala, is that once you have a line break like that, staying on top of
the ball.
And that is where Scotland is so good. We saw staying true to their game, getting into those outside channels, always being an option. And then when there's a line break, it's all on.
Kyle Stein's difficult to put away.
Yeah.
He's
strong
elusive
runner,
runner.
yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, I had a very good game. 10 always in motion, 12 always in motion out the back. Forward pass, I think this could have been a high tackle, potentially.
Ad was all right, that for me. But how under pressure is the Boks? They get away with this. And this is, again, it's one of those super clips where you asked, how not? Bayliss was quite impressive when he came on with his carries. He plays for Bath.
There we go.
Ashman with the lovely tip on.
14 phases already.
But the work of the pack off the ball is also impressive.
So Jan Hendrik Wessels with the leg chop and the jump.
And then
You can't jump over a player. You can also not leg chop. And Bayliss, and Dempsey in no position to catch it. I mean, that's the coach killer.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done so
where they
well.
came from, Scala.
And their attacking shape is lovely. And that's like, you've got Finn Russell, but then you've got Tuipulotu who steps up when he needs to carry through the guts. And also, the attention to detail. Often sides want to play it out the back, like Tuipulotu does there before the Kyle Rowe forward pass. He keeps his feet.
Yep.
He doesn't take the space up because your instinct goes, you should be running onto it. He just stands, let the defense comes, quick hands. It's lovely play.
And then this is kind of also call it a super clip that I just put in here. All ball in play from the 67th minute all the way through to I think the 75th minute. Now,
So you got to look at the rack there.
yeah.
Look around the rack. Yeah.
So firstly, let's go back. Look at the score.
Yeah.
13 minutes left in the game. Boks are 21 points up. Okay, you saying I could.
Okay, but
We're deciding where we're going to go to after the game.
Sean, can you take it back to the kickoff?
Yeah. How easy is that?
For me,
There we go. That's a score, guys.
if anything, they're going to chance their arm. They're going to kick short. Your setup cannot look like
Way
that.
too deep.
Your pod, or at least whoever, has got to stand 5 meters from that 10. Force them to kick it deep, kick it over, because they can't access, even if they came this side. Look where, that's Ruan Arkia on the side, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Look at the short kickoff.
Yeah.
Everyone should be, even the middle pod, Peter Steph, they should be lining
Up a
up,
bit, yeah.
say, just in front of that FNB sign there.
And I think
Chachubi should look for the short one, because
short.
they're not going to kick, they're going to kick deep, and they
want the
actually
ball
need
back.
position. They need position.
And, great learning here also for anyone watching this guy, Finn Russell. All options on all the time. Think back, Six Nations versus Wales.
Yeah,
Conversely, they were very flat. He kicks the deep kick.
yeah.
Behind that part, Darcy Graham scores to try their back into they win the game.
But we always talk about Flaws being in motion, and we've got a couple of Flaws who's exceptional. But this is what his game is all about. Is Finn Russell opening up behind a pack of forwards, options. There he is, gives a little call, carry. Cummins was impressive in the way he carries this whole weekend. Look at that.
That's just too easy.
Too soft, Bayliss on his shoulder.
You know what I like about that? Lock forward, line break.
Yeah.
2-on-1, catch,
Simple.
Pass.
draw. pass.
How many times do you
It's
see
around-
really good rugby players,
Can't do
outside
that.
backs, they cannot do it. Yeah.
But John, if you go back to the rack there, I think
hope-
I'm trying to see who's around the rack tries to go for the scrum off.
Here we go.
If he stands, is it Vincent? If he stands an arm's length away from the rack,
Yeah.
at least he empowers the guys to come up and get that line speed. He tried to sneak up and get the scrum off, which you're never going to get.
But Shimmy,
From the kickoff then.
our rucks were not set at all. Like poor line speed, first of all.
Copy paste. Check here. Copy paste. Guys.
Who's that guy?
And passing forwards. A lot of people give passing forwards criticism. Passing forwards create space. And that's been the case in the modern day game for ages. It's even amplified more when you've got a fly-half that wants to partake, a 12 that does take part of it.
Staying on top of it.
Yeah,
Staying on top
but John,
of it.
we're messing up. If you go, it's the defense, our general def from racks is what's creating the holes here. Because if you look at we're not safe around the rack area. There again, there was an overfold and they went straight down the middle. So we're actually not looking up to see where the ball's coming from.
Yeah, so a little bit more heads up
Yeah,
rugby,
yeah.
better decisions, way to align. But Chimmy, that is unfortunate, and Rassi made mention of it in the post match as well. That is unfortunately the case when you put a team together that maybe has had 4 training sessions together. You're just not as in sync. The body language, you're just not able to read it that well versus a team that's been doing it for 30 to 40 test matches together.
I think so, John. But still, I mean, we all play a lot of rugby. These
Basic
players,
rugby, lot.
it's basic rugby. Everyone's got to set the ruck. Everyone's got to look for the tip. You've got to nominate. I know it's tricky because they've got a lot of momentum. But, I love the little tip from the kickoff. And it's a simple play. They actually have 2 guys running the tip.
Yeah.
So they expose our 4th defender.
And again, 9, open to the opportunity.
Gone.
Try.
Good try.
It's
Very
a
good
great
try.
It's a great
great
try.
try, yeah.
It's like their attack was spectacular. It's a super clip for Scottish rugby. It was unbelievable.
And then you start thinking, bloody hell, 7 points in it, 9 minutes left. What are we going to do? How will this Bok team react?
Now everyone's nervous and quiet.
But again,
Yeah.
a little bit better.
That's
in
where
terms
Vince Tachuka got his head knocked.
of all-out attack. And you can't fault the Boks in terms of their work rate, in terms of
They scramble.
the
They
scramble.
scramble.
Just individual errors, and Scotland just managed to pick it out the whole time again there.
There we go again. That little tip on.
Let's go back to that ruck, just so that we can explain where we're going wrong. A little bit further back. Okay.
Okay, so rack is set.
And stop it when the ruck gets set. So ideally your spacing's got to be a little bit wide off the ruck. Okay. We
Finding a seam there.
I mean, absolutely no man's land, really. The one pass takes out 1, 2,
4 players.
5 guys.
5 players. That's Chichuku. That's Jan Hendrik Wessels. The tip's on anyway, straight off the play. The fact that he actually takes the contact makes it just look a little bit nicer. But our spacing and line speed, the ruck's too quick for them to set, nominate, go up. Mukunu should be 1 step wider.
Exactly.
Straight on it. Jan Hendrik Wessels picks up the tip, and then the rest of them will close them off. And if you play it through...
But Scala, sorry, before we play it on, also, this oak meandering here at the back.
The whole time.
It just catches the eye of this defender.
Because you think they're going to go backdoor.
Where will they go?
Yeah.
Where will they go? So now, Mkhunu is he's defending space here, rather getting on the outside shoulder and potentially being able to make a hit on it. And then that creates doubt for Jan Hendrik Wessels, and
He
can I
actually,
play it on?
Cummins actually splits the 2, but you're 100% right. The fact that there's motion out the back, Peter Steff sitting out wider because he's looking at Tui Pelota, and then all of a sudden Finn Russell steps in. And where England were poor last week is when they had an opportunity like that, is going back deep and slowing, giving our defence chance to recover. And that is unbelievable from Grant Williams. And we've got to stop and go back. Is it Tom Jordan who kicks the cross kick? And look how he reads Tom Jordan's body language. Stop it there. So he's up in the line.
He's up.
He's up. And as soon as Tom Jordan turns his shoulder, look at Grant Williams, how quickly he reads the body language. Off he goes.
Something's on.
He's read the fact that he's going to kick, and he actually gets it. Carl Steyn knocks it on, but it was perfectly defended.
Trouble there.
It does
Big
help
trouble,
the
yeah.
fact that he's one of the quickest guys in the Boks team.
But that's such a nice angle just to show the threats that they possess and why the line break occurred.
But also now you see the space.
He can't see the ball there. He knows
He's just
the
going,
ball's on the way. And
"There's
let me
trouble.
wait here. There's
No,
trouble.
there's trouble, and I need to be.
I know.
You know, I wanted to show this exit from the box. Pollard at 12, Kieran Horn at 10, and this is a proper exit that eventually, you know, in a way wins you the game.
Should be a scrum penalty also.
Boom, proper carry, on his left foot, low risk, and you
Great,
them
yeah,
Efficient.
Quick.
Efficient.
efficient, yeah.
Yeah.
Kieran Horn kicked it bloody well off his left foot. Like even the penalties into the 22.
You know, and from there, you get the line out. At least you can contest that line out time. They have a go again here and eventually pass it into the touch.
See, they're just going for the penalty here.
Yeah, their own man went down.
Yeah.
Line speed better,
Yeah.
make the tackle. Yeah.
But also, like, not the ideal set for them. You know, they're so good when it's quick ball. They go for the ball, which they had a lot of success. This guy's next level.
Yeah. But also, Jean, let's just go back to that break overs there. It's the inside. Every time we see this with URC, you know, once he steps inside, he'll beat one guy. He'll beat two guys on the inside. The hole will open up and he start going. If you don't push up on the inside against him, then you'll be in trouble.
It happens out of nowhere. Same with Carl Rose try in the first half where it was clumsy. Finn Russell picked him up. Not ideal set for them, but you know he's going to attack inside shoulder. And look at the ruck. It's not even set. There was a maul, to be fair. But then it was two phases post that. So you got to be sitting
Nothing
1,
else
2,
on.
3. Nothing else is on.
They're still coming from the mall.
Yeah. So it's this guy. If you look at this picture,
He's running by himself.
and you telling me this is going to end up,
No chance. And he picks on the first offender, beats him on the
No
inside.
center of gravity.
Paul de Villiers does well to try and slow this down, and then Finn Russell, he makes his one mistake for the game. Post this. He forces it a bit, I think, in the next phase.
Yeah.
Same as England, you know, they didn't overplay the open side, you know, as they dip down the blind. You pick on the same defenders on the blind the whole time to take line speed away.
Okay, guys. So that was our defense, and I think
It's a lot of
a lot of defending, a lot of tackling, a lot of mistakes, but again the ability to find a way.
The two stats, you know, like obviously the missed tackle's the one, but there was 15 clean breaks against the Boks. 15.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's unheard of.
And then on top of that, post-contact meters, like normally that's nowhere, was 550.
Jeepers.
Post-contact meters. That just shows how passive the Boks were. And that starts with the first thing, is work rate to set the ruck.
Yeah.
Post setting the ruck, you can get line speed. If you don't set the ruck, you bug it.
Okay, then we go into the tries. Ambrose Papier, how many man of the matches this year? For the
again, ruck
Bulls
setting.
at Loftus.
Guys, got
Pace.
absolute Jets shoes. How does he go through there?
The acceleration, something else. How many times have you seen this with the Bulls also?
Yeah.
So
I suppose
sa-
there's a bit of a late set there, but
that's what he picks on.
Yeah.
You know, same as the Springboks. It's the late set. It's Zander Ferguson. He actually jumps over, past Matt Ferguson, puts the footwork on Zander Ferguson. Russie's quite happy
Even
about
got
that.
the coach on his
then,
feet.
Coaches are happy.
And then as soon as he's through, you know, Carl Rose got absolutely no chance.
How should we play this in slow-mo?
This is my favorite moment of all sports this year, ever.
Check, he just keeps on going there. Look at this.
I mean, how beautiful is rugby? I mean, we talk about soccer, the beautiful game. Boan Venter, take a bow. What is he on about?
But even Kobus Visser, that carry, I mean,
This next level.
tacklers falling off him.
Backing it up.
Paul de Villiers, great decision-making when carrying there in that, once receiving the ball.
I mean,
Just look at his action also. Oh, he's got ball in two hands, looking for support, trying to link up the whole time.
yeah, he does 3 carries before Evan Roos eventually scores. He'll carry again. Like comfortable with his ball in hand and comfortable in open play, which is so important.
Guys, the dynamic pick and go, the cleaners on it.
But JDV, just go back 10 seconds and look at Krobler's clean that you open up. That outside clean. So I think Krobler here, let him play from there.
There's actually two. This one.
There. But look what he does here. Evan Russ, and then there's another pick and go.
this one.
But
From the outside.
Yeah, look at outside, takes him out there. Trying to open up the whole time, yeah.
Third carry for Paul de Villiers in this build-up.
Buonfente's second carry as well.
Second carry.
Evan Roos is
After
second
that
carry.
lift, after his pass snatch of Visa.
Guys, I mean,
Clean and press, what is it?
what do we call it? Beautiful brutality.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so nice. Rugby is a beautiful game when it gets played like that.
I mean, what a lovely set.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And suddenly 3 minutes later, you're 14-0 up.
Just look at this, guys.
Come on!
I can comfortably say if I was Buonfenter, Kobus Visa would have landed on his head.
Yeah.
Straight on his head.
Well, this was nice hands. Paul, this way he's good, yeah. He's just looking to link, looking to support the whole time. He just wins the shoulder battle nice.
Yeah, and just everybody understanding their job, eh? So this was the one. We need to pause this. You and Ashwin
Water,
knocks
yeah.
on. You get the scrum, our feed, they get the
Get the
penalty,
penalty.
and then they have this play. I told Scott, I immediately thought, why would they use a back? You know,
Only if it's John Alomu there.
in your first pod, but then once you see it play out, then you totally understand why they want to use a back rather than a forward
They
there
bounce up.
to open up,
A pack of
so
forwards.
the
They
pack
did
of
a
forwards.
Rassie on a Rassie.
to set up the maul, put you under pressure.
Look, they do really well to stay up
Yeah,
because
'cause there's a tackle, yeah.
Paul de Villiers goes for the tackle with Evan Roos, and they actually survived that initial tackle because that would have, I mean, if they didn't set it, they got done for collapsing them all. That would have been the end of the move. And they were up for it. Their carries was super impressive. We know he's got some fight about him, Ferguson.
Also a confident team. I mean, it's a confident Scottish team. You can see the results they've had. Also a win coming off a win from Argentina.
The best run in history.
Yeah.
You know, and that just gave them more confidence being able to score that try because they had a look, the TMO at the
Again, the setting, they should be closer
That's
and
what I
lower.
want to say, Shim.
Yeah,
Like, that's quite tricky, but there's no set.
yeah.
You know, if the Boks are sharp, they're standing on the backmost, hindmost feet.
NFL
already set
position.
NFL position.
Yeah.
Like England last week, you fight that pick in numbers.
and then immediately after that, once again, all out attack.
That's better.
Guys, you just got to find one bloke again. It breaks down. Finn Russell's nowhere, gets a little offload. And if there was one man to stand up and take it to the box, it was Sione Tuipulotu. Look at him again. They're going nowhere. Puts the footwork on, zip, Ben-Jason Dixon, off he goes. And Kyle Rowe last week had against Argentina had 177 run meters.
But also
He's a
understanding
good player.
your job. Look at him there.
Yeah.
There he is. There he is.
He-
There he is.
he
There he
knows
is.
what's
Okay,
happening.
it's on. Boom. Lovely try.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite tricky sometimes when it breaks down in your defending because it's easy to get isolated. I just think if the Boks were on their best,
Everyone's up together.
Ben-Jason misses him. The next guy puts him away. Yeah, it just wasn't quite there. We're not taking away anything from Sione Tuipulotu's left foot and the power and the offload.
But it's also being connected, you know, on defense, and that was probably what was missing on the weekend. Yeah, Kieran Hound does so well here to stay in.
Yes.
This is where he's good, those little spaces.
And again, Scala, the efficiency that you spoke about earlier on our 22-meter entries.
And guys,
First time ever.
this is 57th minute. It's the first time we've had an attacking platform since we saw the Evan Roos try the Buonfenter Megatron walk. This is the first time post that we actually had it. And this wasn't fancy. This started like straight route one. Carry after carry after carry. It just shows the power and the physicality of the Boks. But within there's subtle details, which they are so good at. And our conversion rate at the moment is unbelievable.
Because you saw the amount of ball carries you've got and the energy the guys come around the corner with a scrum off that can, attack around the pillar also makes it difficult. So that little run there,
This was a
if
nice play.
if someone slides off him, he's gone. This was good.
Very nice play. And again, it
I
shows
like
the
how
quality.
Willemse backs it up. Yeah.
Back into play, on the ground, back in play,
Yeah.
creates the opportunity on the blind, and then the speed and the step and the ability to get over. He was pretty happy as
Yeah,
well.
it was a big moment, massive moment. Chris Morris in the crowd.
Is that Chris Morris? It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it spotted him.
Yeah.
This little chicken wing's amazing. And then Grant around these rucks is next level.
But again, the ability to link. Look who's next to him there for the clean.
Yeah,
Ron
Runner.
Nokia.
Yeah.
Eh? Ron
Ultimate
Nokia,
workhorse. Him
that
and
work
Curtis
rate.
left it
Yeah.
up.
See, this is where we're difficult to stop. As soon as we start rumbling, just the energy of the runners and the enthusiasm just to come around that corner.
And Klunu was also, he was
yeah.
angry there.
Yeah.
Proper carrier when he gets up for it.
Double pump, easy.
I think that's the nice thing with these younger props, Shimmy, is the fact that, they'll only get better from a scrummaging point of view,
Yeah.
but their ability to carry and make tackles and their, the ability around the park
Is next level.
is so valuable for the Boks.
So you end up having a pack with everyone that's a good ball carrier.
There we go. You scrummage it over the line. We saw it from Thomas du Toit. We see it from Zachary Porthen. That guy's quite happy.
Like, I mean, you
First test try, isn't it?
you look, first
Yeah.
test try. You look at the
No smile.
no emotion. you look at Scotland.
happy inside.
How hard they had to work for their tries. Like you think of that 18 phases, and then they knock it on eventually.
Yeah.
And you look how simple the Boks make it look just through brute power.
So his technique's good there because he dips his shoulders lower than the defender. Look how low he has to go
And then
underneath there. Then stuck in also. Then you've got that push to work.
This was very nice.
Yeah, I eventually thought it was Quan Horn because like he was at 10. And then I saw the right foot and I saw it was Andre Pollard. It's a pre-call because obviously Tui Peloti, you can see like how far he's been coming out. And the grubber goes across like into his vacuum. How's the finish there by Jesse Robocop Krill? Unbelievable.
I thought in real time, I was actually next to see, I'm like, oh.
He's
was
in front of the
Jesse
ball.
yeah.
I thought so too. Yeah.
But scores the try, and eventually a 14-point win for the Boks.
Everyone can relax now.
At home. Just chill, guys. Never in doubt.
Just chill. Yeah, we had this.
Never in doubt. Boom. So nice, the execution.
And that's like with grub.
Smart though. It's a nice grabber.
With grabbers, people often hit feet.
Yeah.
And it's still important to try and find that space. Like he kicks it in the inside of Finn Russell, not at his feet. Because like
Our home.
our home. Cool celebration, actually.
Very cool. Okay, guys. 14 points at the end. Won that game by, but far closer than what the scoreline suggests.
Yeah. We were nervous. We were all there. We were all there. That cross kick lands, it's a different game.
35. Imagine that goes 35
No, what was it?
all.
What was it? It was 35-14.
28, 35-14. And that cross kick was 35-28.
Now, the last two games we played Scotland, they have not been able to score a try against us. This time around, 4 tries, bonus point win. I think it's the first time that they've scored 4 tries against us in South Africa. So from a Scotland point of view, lots of positives, but not being able to get the win. Is it only defined by that? Or can you say, it's improvement from a Scotland point of view?
I think
Look,
so.
we had 10 guys. We made 10 changes also. They'll look at that and turn around. Malcolm Marks, Jasper Visa, Dalinder, Cheslin, Kurt Lee. A lot of big dogs missing. So for them, they'll turn around. They won't get a better opportunity. Let me put it this way: to win in South Africa than they did than they had this last weekend.
I think that's the one that will eat them, keep them awake, is the fact that they didn't, get that result. And they, unfortunately, as they error rate in the red zone of South Africa, once they were in behind, put us under pressure, and they just
Discipline
couldn't
at times.
convert. Yeah.
Discipline at times.
Yeah, but don't you find those are sorry, Jean, the good teams are the ones that they could defend for 60-70% of the game, get 2 or 3 chances,
the game.
come back with it and score.
I think that was impressive part. It's like we've all been involved in those games where you're defending for lengthy periods, and then you get an attacking set, and you actually can't change that mindset. You can't then go, let's have a good attacking set. Like either you low in energy or you haven't done it enough and you come up with an error. I think what was so impressive for the Boks is that they sat in defence for a lengthy period of time, and then as soon as there was an attacking set, they changed the narrative.
Yeah.
Well done to our booker. For our BetWest section last week, we had to predict 3 teams to win, 250 Rand wager. And this time, and you had to include the Springboks
Yeah.
in that bet for the Springbok Nations Championship. And by doing that, you automatically get entered into our draw where you could be one of 200 winners to win an incredible Springbok hamper. I went for Ireland, Argentina, and South Africa to win.
Yeah?
Yes, I won.
You got everything right.
For my 250 Rand, I got 294 Rand and 89 cents.
Nice. Well done, John.
Thank you.
It's not very good odds.
Is coffee on you?
Ireland, England, and South Africa to win. You won 292 rands and
Just
14 cents.
2 Rand less than you. Okay,
Yes.
I'll get a coffee
We're
though.
not working with. There's no upsets here. That's the thing. These are terrible odds.
New Zealand, France, and South Africa to win. You won a staggering 353 rands and 81 cents.
Yeah, well done.
We need upsets though.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
We need
This
the
week-
upsets to land.
Boks Unpacked this weekend. We can predict some upsets. For now, Shimmy, you in first place.
Welcome
I'm in
back.
I went for the safe bet.
Welcome-
It's about
welcome
time.
back.
Welcome back. So I went for the safe
Second,
bet.
I'm in second, and Scala in third. I beat you by 2 rands. Okay, guys, the verdict. Our verdict for this 42-28 point victory for the Boks.
I think this is quite a tricky one for me because you world number 1 team, you beat the world number 5 team with 10 changes. What was that stat? How many players with less than 10 caps?
12,
12
I think.
players?
Was it 12?
So you can't be too harsh, but like I think on the Springboks standard, and I would say this was their weakest performance of the year, and there's a bit of a trend building around defence. How many tries did we concede against the Barbars? 5. England scored 3.
Yeah. England.
Yeah,
England was
scored
3, yeah.
3, and 4
Martin.
for this weekend. Like we've conceded 12 tries in 3 games.
Yeah.
4 a game. I think that's for me the area of difficulty. 6.5. I'll go for 7. 7.
I wanted to go 6.
I'd 6.5.
Okay, we settle on. So you
Initially, I was 7.
6, yeah.
6.5.
6.5.
For me, look, the Springbok house was built on defense and territory and strong set piece. That was our foundation.
Yeah.
Then we added on the attack, the innovation, and all of that. One of the pillars there at the moment is and it's easily fixable.
Yeah.
It's very fixable, but we always put teams under pressure with our skill set, cutting the wide options, suffocating them, not giving them time to breathe. And we've gave Finn Russell and his team, or the Scottish team, time to breathe, and that's why we're in trouble.
Yeah, I think 6.5, not because it was a poor performance. I think there are so many positives that can be taken out of this performance, but the standard we hold for the Boks.
Yeah, they won't be happy with that defensive. No one will be.
And we know that they are so much better, but we also know the changes that were made that contributes to a performance like this. 6.5 out of 10. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, JDB.
Another week done. Wales this coming weekend. You can obviously watch the verdict and Boks Unpacked on YouTube. If you're not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. You can also watch us on SuperSport and all your live rugby action live on your channel of champions, SuperSport. Till next time, Boks Unpacked on Friday. Cheers, guys.